A drenched woman crawls across an empty street in the pouring rain, her trembling hands scraping against the cold pavement. Her voice cracks through the storm. Please, don't hurt me. I can't walk. Moments later, headlights cut through the darkness, then stop. A man jumps out, rushing toward her. He throws his coat over her shoulders and whispers, Hey, it's okay. You're safe now. He doesn't know it yet, but the woman he just saved is one of the city's most powerful CS, and his kindness will soon change both their lives forever. Meet Ethan Cole, a single dad in his early 30s with rough, oil-stained hands and a heart that never stopped giving. He works long hours at a local auto shop, fixing other people's cars while his own barely runs. Every morning starts the same, packing his daughter Sophie's lunch, kissing her forehead, and whispering, "One day, kiddo, Daddy's gonna make things better." Ethan's life is simple, predictable, and painfully lonely. Since losing his wife to illness 3 years ago, he's learned to survive through routine work, home, bedtime stories. Repeat. But beneath his quiet strength is a man whose kindness hasn't hardened, no matter how hard life got. Even his coworkers tease him, "Ethan, you're too soft, man." The world ain't kind back, he just smiles. Then maybe someone's got to start being kind first. That night, a storm rolled through the city, sheets of rain blurring streetlights, thunder echoing off buildings. Ethan had just closed up the shop, exhausted but relieved to head home. And that's when he saw her, a woman disoriented, crawling out from a dark alley, clutching her leg in pain. Her expensive blazer was torn, her makeup smudged, her eyes wide with fear. When he pulled over and ran to her side, she flinched. "Please don't hurt me," she gasped. "I can't walk." Ethan knelt down immediately, his voice soft but steady. "Ma'am, you're safe. I promise. Let me help you." Lightning flashed in that brief glow. He noticed the diamond bracelet on her wrist, the one thing that hinted she didn't belong out there in the cold. He lifted her gently and carried her into his truck, his jacket soaked through. Little did he know, that single decisión stop will change everything. Before we continue with this incredible journey, I spent countless hours researching and crafting this story to bring you something truly meaningful. If stories like this touch your heart and you want to see more acts of kindness that restore faith in humanity, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It means the world to me and helps these powerful stories reach others who need a little hope. Have you ever witnessed an act of kindness that completely changed your perspective? Share your story in the comments below. Rain still lashes against the windows as Ethan carefully lowers the injured woman onto his old couch. The dim lamp flickers beside her. She's shivering, whispering thanks between shaky breaths. Her name, Victoria, slips out only after a long pause. "Victoria Hale," she murmurs, trying to sit up but wincing in pain. Ethan notices the gash on her ankle. "Don't move," he says gently. "You might have sprained it, maybe worse." He runs warm water over a cloth, tending to her wound with hands used to fixing engines, not people. His daughter's small voice breaks the silence. "Daddy, who is she?" Ethan turns. Little Sophie, in her pink pajamas, clutches her stuffed bear at the doorway. "She's someone who needs our help, sweetheart," he replies softly. Victoria looks at the girl with innocent eyes, hair in messy curls, and her own eyes glisten. For the first time that night, she relaxes a little. "You have a very kind daughter," she says quietly. Ethan chuckles. She gets it from her mom. The moment hangs heavy. Sad, real, human. When Victoria wakes, she's wrapped in a warm blanket, her ankle bandaged. On the table beside her is a steaming cup of coffee and a sticky note. "Didn't want to wake you. You're safe here." She glances around small house, toys scattered, a photo of Ethan and Sophie smiling at the park. It's humble but filled with warmth, something her penthouse never had. Ethan returns from making breakfast. "Good morning," he says with a shy grin. "Hope you don't mind oatmeal." "It's all I've got." Victoria smiles weakly. It's perfect. For a woman who's dined with world leaders, this simple kindness hits deeper than she expected. Between spoonfuls, she studies him's worn jacket, the quiet confidence, the tired eyes that still manage to hold kindness. "You didn't ask me what happened," she says softly. He shrugs. "Didn't seem like my business. Just figured you needed help, not questions." Her lips tremble, part fear, part gratitude. "That's rare," she whispers. Before leaving for work, Ethan places his car keys on the table. "You can use the truck if you need to get somewhere. Just bring it back safe." Victoria's eyes widen. "You're lending me your car. You barely know me." He smiles faintly. Doesn't matter. Sometimes we just have to trust people first. She nods slowly, the words settling deep inside her. For someone who's built walls her entire life, this simple act of faith feels foreign and healing. For the first time in years, Victoria Halith, CEO who commanded boardrooms and fired executives, feels something money could never buy: genuine kindness. That morning would become the beginning of something neither of them could explain. To broken people slowly helping each other rebuild. Victoria, now walking with a cane, helps Sophie pack her school bag. Laughter fills the small kitchen as the girl giggles. Miss Victoria, you make the best pancakes ever. Ethan chuckles from the doorway. Don't let her fool you, she burns half of them first. Victoria mock glares. Creative cooking, Mr. Cole. That's what we call it in fine dining. He laughs, a sound he hasn't made in years. What started as a rescue has become a routine. She insists on helping with chores, cleaning the house, and even organizing Ethan's cluttered garage. The bond between them grows quietly through small gestures, shared smiles, and unspoken gratitude. Ethan is under a car hood, grease on his hands, when Victoria walks in holding 2 cups of lemonade. She watches him work, precision, the care, the focus. You really love what you do, she says. He nods. It's honest work. Keeps me busy, keeps us fed. Can't complain. Victoria looks around at the cracked walls and the old tools. You could build something bigger, you know. Start your own shop. Ethan wipes his hands. Tried. Banks don't hand out loans to single dads with no collateral. She studies him, something stirring behind her calm expression. This man deserves more, she thinks. That night, alone in the guest room, Victoria stares at her reflection. Her bruises have healed, but the memories haven't. The betrayal by her business partner, the man she trusted most, still burns. He stole from her, tried to silence her, and now she's hiding here, among people who treat her better than anyone in her world ever did. She whispers to herself, he doesn't even know who I am, and maybe that's why it feels real. A black luxury car pulls up outside Ethan's modest home one afternoon. 2 men in suits step out. Victoria hail. One asks sharply, you need to come with us. Your father's been looking everywhere for you. Ethan freezes. Your father? Victoria's eyes widen. She can't hide anymore. Ethan, I didn't tell you everything. I'm not just some nurse or worker. I'm the CEO of Hale Industries. Sophie's eyes widen. Ethan steps back, confusion and disbelief on his face. So, you've been lying to us. Tears well in her eyes. No. I just wanted to be seen as me, not the company, not the title. Please. I never meant to. But he's already walking away, his silence louder than any argument. That night, Victoria leaves quietly. She watches through the window as Ethan reads Sophie a bedtime story, his voice soft and patient. Her tears fall freely. In her world, people always left for money. But this time, she's leaving because she cares. As she drives away, the camera lingers on Ethan closing the door, looking out into the night, his expression torn between anger and something much deeper, hurt. Sometimes, the truth comes too late, and even kindness can be clouded by doubt. Have you ever lost someone's trust, even when your intentions were pure? Share your thoughts below. Your story might help someone learn how to forgive. Would you like me to continue with part 4? The transformation and resolution next. The skyline gleams under the morning sun. Hale Industries has regained its stability, thanks to Victoria. She sits in her glass-walled office, signing documents with the poise of a true leader, but her eyes carry a quiet sadness. Her assistant, Mara, notices. You've rebuilt everything, ma'am. Budyar still looking distant. Victoria forces a smile. Some things can't be rebuilt with money, Mara. On her desk lies a small trinket, a hand-carved wooden keychain shaped like a heart. Ethan had made it for Sophie, who insisted Victoria keep it so you never forget us. She never did. The sign outside reads, Cole & Co. Repairs. Honest work, honest hearts. Business is better than ever. Ethan finally got his dream, his own shop, thanks to a mysterious investment that came months ago from an anonymous donor. He suspects who it was. He just never reached out. Inside, Sophie runs around, her laughter echoing through the garage. Ethan watches her with pride but also with a quiet ache. He still thinks of Victoria. Her laughter, her warmth, her courage. The town gathers for a charity fundraiser, an initiative started by the new local sponsor, Hale Foundation. Ethan attends reluctantly, nudged by Sophie, who insists, you have to come, Daddy. They help families like ours. As the event begins, the host steps up to the microphone. And now, we welcome the woman who made tonight possible, Victoria Hale. Ethan freezes. There she is, elegant yet humble, walking carefully to the podium. No guards, no glamour, just grace. She begins, her voice soft but steady. Months ago, I was shown kindness when I had nothing, not even my own strength to stand. A man and his daughter reminded me that compassion doesn't come from status, it comes from the heart. Tonight, this foundation is dedicated to people like them. People who restore hope. Ethan's eyes well up. Sophie tugs his sleeve. Daddy, that's Miss Victoria. She spots them from the stage. The room fades. For a moment, it's just the two of them again. Ethan waits outside, uncertain. Victoria walks up slowly, smiling through tears. You didn't think I'd forget the man who saved my life, did you? He chuckles softly. You didn't exactly leave a forwarding address. They both laugh, the tension melting away. Victoria steps closer. I wanted to thank you. For everything. For treating me like a person when I felt like nothing. Ethan shakes his head. You never were nothing, Victoria. You just needed someone to remind you. There's a pause, a long, beautiful silence filled with unspoken forgiveness. Then Sophie runs up between them, holding both their hands. Can we go for ice cream now? They all laugh, walking off together as the city lights glow behind them. Months later, Victoria can be seen visiting Ethan's garage regularly, not as a CEO, but as family. Together, they start a mentorship program for single parents and struggling workers. Funded by Hale Foundation, run from Ethan's shop. Ethan smiles one afternoon as he watches Victoria hand a young mother her first paycheck from the program. He whispers, funny how life works, you save someone, and they end up saving you right back. A bright banner flutters outside. The Cole Hale Initiative, building hope one act of kindness at a time. Inside, laughter fills the air. Volunteers pack care boxes while children play nearby. Ethan and Victoria walk side by side. No suits, no uniforms, just two people whose paths were forever changed by compassion. Victoria speaks to a small group of young workers, her tone warm and genuine. Your circumstances don't define you. Your kindness does. I learned that from someone who didn't have much but gave me everything that mattered. Ethan smiles at her from across the room, pride shining in his eyes. Sophie waves from the snack table, chocolate on her cheeks, calling, Daddy. Miss Victoria, we made 50 boxes today. They laugh. For the first time in a long while, life feels complete. As they lock up, the city glows golden in the sunset. Victoria looks at Ethan. Do you ever think about that night when we met? He chuckles softly. Every day. It reminds me that sometimes the people who seem to have it all are the ones who need saving most. Victoria's voice breaks slightly. And sometimes the people who think they're just surviving end up being heroes. They share a quiet moment, two lives that once collided by accident, now moving forward together with purpose. Ethan now runs to auto shops and continues to mentor single parents through the foundation. Victoria leads Hale Industries with compassion, creating policies that support workers, parents, and community projects. Sophie, the heart of it all, often reminds people that kindness is a superpower, proudly telling everyone about how her dad saved a princess who turned out to be real. Their story inspires countless others. News outlets cover their initiative, calling it the act of kindness that changed a city. Kindness doesn't always start with grand gestures. Sometimes, it begins on a dark street, with one frightened soul and one compassionate heart. When we choose empathy over indifference, we not only save lives, we rebuild them. This story isn't just about Ethan and Victoria. It's about you. Because right now, somewhere out there, someone needs a kindness only you can give. Stories like this remind us that extraordinary kindness exists all around us. If this touched your heart, please like this video. It helps more people discover stories that restore faith in humanity. Subscribe for more real, emotional stories about compassion, love, and second chances. And most importantly, look for opportunities in your own life to be someone's unexpected blessing. Because remember, you have the power to change someone's entire world.